going on, guys? Today's video is going to be on working with the complex client. I will be basically assessing Robin through using whole self coaching, so using things that I am very familiar with, some of my own personal experiences, common interests, things like that, to break the ice right away and just make Robin first and foremost feel as comfortable as possible. Make her feel at home, make her feel like we can talk about whatever she wants, because right off the bat she's not really digging the whole she's not digging life in general. Not to mention digging what's going on today. So today my number one priority is going to be to make her feel nice and comfortable and again break that ice initially. Some things that I'm going to be looking for, I'm going to be looking at her body language. I'm going to be looking at some things that she may be trying to tell me through motion, through what she's not doing. From the interview that I had with her parents, just some good background stuff on habits that she has at home, some issues that she's having in school, things relationship related with friends, stuff like that. But I'm also wondering if there are maybe one or two things that mom and dad might have left out because of whether they were slightly embarrassed by it or didn't feel comfortable disclosing that information. So I will be using some again personal experiences that I've had growing up when I was younger, and seeing if maybe we can help see if we can find out something that mom and dad may have left out, and maybe that'll help out and help her get closer to her goal of knocking this out of the park. Again, my main focus here is going to be executing through whole self coaching and knocking this out, hopefully hitting this out of the park. So enjoy. Hey, Robin, come on in. Hey, how's it going? Good. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. Doing very well. What's up? What's happening? How's your day treating you so far? What have you been up to? I don't know. Stuff. Just I don't know. My day's okay, I guess. I didn't really do much. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, nice. One of those days, huh? Sounds like my day yesterday. It's just like, it's like one of those days. Yeah, I guess. It's just like, what do I do? Trying to figure it out. But I was like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, that was my day yesterday. It was like a kind of like day, Right. Yeah. Right. So, Robin, talk to me about life. What's going on? From what I understand, you are a cross-country runner. You're a pretty solid athlete. I don't know. Yeah, it's fun, I guess. I like it. I'm pretty good at it, but it's not really as fun as it used to be. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, cool. Yeah, when I was I ran track and field as well when I was back in high school, and I noticed I kind of hit this wall like my second or third year. It was just like, okay, it's been fun, it's been real. Then it kind of got boring for some reason. I was trying to figure out why, like what was going on, like what am I doing differently? Why is it not as fun? Like why am I losing interest? Axolotls. Yeah, you big animal fan? You into nature? Yeah, these guys are really cool. You know what they kind of remind me of? Old Greg. Have you ever seen that video on YouTube? Oh my gosh, I love Old Greg. I love old Greg. So funny. Yeah, scaly little manfish. Hey there, what you doing on my waters? No fishing, sir. What's with this hook on my head, fool? Oh, it's not mine. It's attached to your rod, motherfucker. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Easy, fuzzy little man peach. So great, isn't it? Love that show. I thought I was like the only one. Well, like me and my best friend. Anyway, I thought we were the only ones who knew about old Greg. And it's you know, the Mighty Boosh. It's good because it's British comedy, and for me, I was never really a big British comedy fan. Like the original The Office, wasn't a huge fan. I was more of the Americanized Office, or the American version of The Office. But it's like Mighty Boosh was just super weird, super funky. I don't want to keep you here all day, but I would like to just cover a couple things. I feel like just based off of you and I both, you know, being old Greg fans, I thought I was like the only one. Well, like me and my best friend. Anyway, I thought we were the only ones who knew about old Greg. I can't believe you know that. It's awesome. We've got a couple things in common. I think that we might be able to help you feel a little bit better. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I just feel like I don't know. I'm not really that hungry, except for specific times throughout the day. And when I am hungry, I really want something sweet. And it's just I don't know. Mm-hmm. Just kind of bored with everything. I think totally. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Like some of my friends are they've been kind of sketchy lately. I feel like some of them may be talking behind my back, or there's just some two-faced. It's like a two-faced energy going on. Sometimes I feel. I was on honor roll all the time, and my grades aren't as good as they could be. I don't know. Yeah, I think that if I could just, when you say just being bored, super bored lately, is this something that like you just have no idea what you want to do, or you? Yeah. Oh my gosh. I know for me, like sometimes when I get this attitude that kind of takes over me, whether it's when I'm reading a book, or if I'm working on a project, or if there's just something new that I had recently, taken on. It's just like, okay, I'm kind of over this. I feel like I've always found success, especially in sports too, and just pushing through that wall, right? That wall of like, I don't care, who cares, right? Pushing through that wall and doing it anyway. And I've always found that it's always made me a better athlete, a better student, a better coach, to just get through that wall of uncomfortableness. Because I feel like that's what a lot of us, everyone runs into that. But the thing that separates us, that really separates, you, an awesome person who is an accomplished person who wants to accomplish more, who would like to be successful in a specific thing. The thing that separates you and the person who is the opposite of that, right, is, one person gave up, one person did not give up. That's it. That's the big separation. So it all comes down to, I think, just realizing, okay, this sucks right now, so let's push through this wall, just like I did with the last thing that I ran into, maybe, and find accomplishment in that, and then go back to the drawing board and kind of assess with myself, assess with my coach, right? Go over and analyze, like look at what worked, what didn't work. How did I feel about this? What can I change for the next time I run into something like this? and it's just constantly kind of just going through those motions, things like that. I know that one thing that really threw me off when I was younger was, coming from my household of super strictness, right? Like just being grounded for everything. We had to say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Just very strict, a very strict household, to going to my friend's house where it was a little bit different, different rules. And for me, it was just like, okay, something's a little off here. I feel like I should be able to do this because, Colby can do it, so why can't I, So I'd go back home, and it was just, I feel like that was a really big, kind of a big obstacle that I ran into. A really big obstacle, just trying to figure out, okay, so something's a little off. And I found that there's a lot of stuff that I would prefer personally, as far as interactions and things that I like. And I felt like that I was kind of maybe missing, So, and again, the thing that I thought was missing was that emotional connection with my parents. Dad worked a lot. Mom was a stay-at-home mom, and she also babysat. So it was just like they were pretty much emotionally and physically drained, I think, for the most part. By the time it came down to just the immediate family, just us six. So that was a big thing that I think we kind of lacked, and it's something I found through going through that process that I just kind of touched on with you. I'm thinking about, okay, I did this, so what can I do different? Why did this affect me the way that it did? Why don't I want to do this? Why do I feel bored right now? Why? Always asking yourself why, because no one knows you better than you, right? So basically what we got to look at right now is, how are you doing in life? How are you doing in school? How are you doing with, doing in sports? How are you doing at home? And what's bothering you? What's really, because I know that you want to be a great runner, and I know that you know what it takes to be a great runner, but we just need to pull those back out of you and make sure that you're doing those. You're staying healthy, you're strong, you're keeping your endurance up, and you're also strengthening your relationship with others at, everyone at home, and your friends and your teachers and stuff like that, and making sure that we're keeping all these things aligned so you can continue to rock it, because from what I understand, you're a rock star, right? You're a great student, you're an awesome athlete, you're an amazing person. Just by right now, the fact that you're an old Greg fan, I'm sold, right? I'm sold. So I think just, continuing to hang tight and go through these motions, these hurdles, these practices, this is how you get a little bit better. Because where you're at right now, this is something that the average person, for the most part, goes through, but it takes a special person like yourself to really sit down and overcome this. Yeah, and it does make sense. And I think that if I had a little help, just trying to point out some of these things, because this is super new for me, and I've never really been through something like this before, and I don't know. It's going through changes, personally, and just new things in my life that I kind of don't want to talk about really too much right now, but I'm just going through some changes right now that also affect what's going on, and I think you're right. I don't know. It's worth a try, I guess. Perfect. Awesome. Right on. So what I want to touch on just real quick, briefly, is I want to touch on, a game plan of action. What can we do to help you get there, right? What I'd like you to do is write down, make a food log for me, okay? So I want you to write down things that you're consuming throughout the day, all right? Because that way I can have a better idea of some things that you're missing, some things that you should be eating, stuff like that, right? You'd be surprised at what can be that game changer. What small little thing could be, that can make a big difference, and how you feel, your performance, things like that. Okay. So the next step, what I'm going to have you do is, again, we're going to have you write down. We're going to food log. Okay. So I want you to do that for the rest of this week until I see you again next week. All right. That's 5 days. And from there, we'll get into our rotation training and talking and hanging out and having a good time and telling old Greg jokes and stuff like that. All right, does this sound good? Okay, cool. Yeah, I can do that. I can just write the stuff down and just bring that to you next week. That sounds good. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Cool. Alrighty. So that's going to be the first step, okay? The plan of action as a whole, okay? So now that you have your food log, all right? Once we get that down, the next step from there is going to be what I touched on earlier, which is when you get into these ruts or these moments of really don't want to do this or you're just not feeling it, I want you to kind of sit in that moment, right? And just really think about what you're feeling. Think about why it sucks to be there right now. Think about what brought you to that point. Why you're eating all of that sugar. A lot more sugar than you usually do, or a lot more sugar than you should be eating, right? And then we'll talk about that. We're going to talk about these things. But I just want you to think about that. Just kind of sit in that moment and just think about what's going on. What's something that kind of pissed me off 2 days ago that may have an effect on this, right? And then also think about what am I going to get from this experience? Like what am I getting from eating this? Like what's going to happen to me performance-wise for my next race?
Got it.
Right? These are things that we want to be thinking about constantly.
Got it. Awesome.
Okay?
Got it.
Okay, cool. Yep. All right, Coach. Well, thanks. Thanks, Coach. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Well, after writing down what I had so far today, it's really not that hard as I thought it. It's not as hard as I thought it would be, so I think this will be pretty easy. Yeah. So I'll just do this, for the next 5 days until I see you again. I definitely feel like I can knock this out. It's pretty easy. So, okay, awesome. All right, well, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Outstanding, Robin. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is we'll pick right back up next week. You've got my email. You've got my phone number. If you're a crazy person like me and you're getting up super early, you have any questions about anything, you can text me anywhere between 4:30 a.m. 7 p.m. Okay, awesome. All right, well, thanks. Yeah, thanks. Okay. Cool. If you're a crazy person like me and you're getting up super early, you have any questions about anything, you can text me anywhere between 4:30 a.m. 7 p.m. All right. So again, I'm here for you. I got your back. All right. So really looking forward to to knocking this stuff out, Robin.
I'm old Greg.
All right. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's no more questions, yeah, I look forward to. I'll talk to you soon. Okay.
All right. Bye.
All in all, I think today went pretty good. I think that the things that we put in place as far as next action steps and the plan of action, as a whole, I think it's a really good start. Once we've knocked out these steps that we've both agreed that are pretty easy for her to accomplish, once we've knocked those out, we'll be in a better state for her. She'll be more comfortable. We'll be a little bit more familiar with each other, and I think that we'll be able to dive a little bit deeper into what's going on, up here with her, and she'll feel a little bit more comfortable sharing some things. And I'm gonna have I'll have my people that I'm going to be able to refer her to, and basically referring into the circle that I have of people that psychiatrists, nutritionists, things like that. People who will be able to talk to her about some things that even no matter how close we are, she would rather speak with another person, possibly a female. So things like that. I think again today was a pretty successful session, and I think that I don't think I know that she's definitely on her way, and I'm looking forward to us knocking out some goals. It's going to be great. So thanks for watching. Perfect.